So I guess we should just jump into it then.
Yeah, I feel like a douchebag because I pre-ordered Red Dead 2 before I found out about the 100-hour work weeks. Mm-hmm. Holy fucking shit, Rockstar.
Yeah, they really do need to do some serious backtracking. Because not only that, but Dan Houser, the executive producer, he also said like how they don't give out like the names of the people who work on their projects because it's sort of like we don't want to show how the sausage gets made sort of thing. But at the same time, they're not like
getting royalties, credit.
Well, no, it's like they're not like. They're discouraging the consumer from looking into what these other people are doing. It's more like we're all like just this one big entity that don't pay attention to what the individuals are doing.
Yeah,
it's this really creepy communist I thing when you think about it.
Know that meme sounds like communist propaganda. Fuck yeah.
I mean, I'm aware of communist memes.
There was this new one where it sounds like communist propaganda, but okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like why the fuck does it have to be the good-looking game, the game that looks like... Red Dead got me really excited for a game, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Got that memories of running around in West Austin shooting people in the back of the head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Red Dead 1 is really good. I mean, Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
Remember...
Red Dead Revolver?
Yeah, the one you mentioned, yeah.
Yeah, like, I kind of miss, I miss games when you could have, like, what's his story? He's an angry black dude with an eye patch who shoots people. Yeah, he's dangerous. How about him? He's an angry mongoloid who throws dynamite. Yeah, he's a bad person. I don't know. Like, it's the kind of story I would write as a Western. Like, characters that are really 2D but could also be 3D, but you don't really spend enough time to understand them before they get their brains blown out. Mm-hmm.
Well, I remember back in up until the PS3 era, like, the character you played as... It was always referred to, like, whenever the developer talked about playing as a character, they always mentioned, you are Master Chief, you go to this place. But, like, now it's like, when developers talking about The Last of Us, they refer to the characters rather than the player in these situations.
It's kind of weird, kind of.
Yeah, like, I think it's a consequence of making these games more cinematic.
Yeah.
And like The Last of Us 2, what really pissed me off about that, like the news coming out, is that in the development room, like, they discourage anybody from using the F word, and by F word I mean fun. Literally, they're not allowed to say the game is fun.
Because it wants to be, look at her crawling through the mud.
It's super serious, and it's like, it's not fun. Like,
I'm sorry, but this is when you say, fuck you, it's mushroom zombies. You can't have mushroom zombies and have it like, we're super serious, bro.
But no, it's about the human condition and the human impulse to kill. And killing is bad, even though you bought a game for $60 where the goal is to kill people. It's like, fuck you, man.
Yeah, like, The Last of Us I'm not even gonna lie, it's a great game. Yeah. They took it in the whole fucking wrong direction. Mm-hmm. It's like Mantango 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Like what?
Mantango is a Japanese monster movie by the guys who made Godzilla. Mushroom zombies is an idea from there. Oh. They just applied the idea of cordyceps instead of alien mushroom fungi from where the god Arachi died. Mm. Yeah. It's mushroom zombies, dude. Yeah. Or fungus zombies, maybe. Mm-hmm. It's the undead fungus.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if the game isn't fun, why bother?
These cordyceps aren't really a fun guy. I don't know. Can you imagine the one guy who says that joke and they just throw him face first into the clicker?
Yeah, they just throw him off a building and into a pile of,
Yeah. There's really not many people who make puns in post-apocalyptic games.
The only one I can think of is Fallout, maybe?
Yeah, but like, the people who tell the wordplay lovers are killed off first. Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh God, man.
Fallout 76, the beta recently came out. Not been hearing good things about it. Yeah. I mean, it is a beta, so like there's a lot of bugs in it. That's to be expected. Like from what I've heard, it's like enemies T-posing all over the map, and players like
you're asserting dominance, man.
Oh, of course, yes. Oh yeah, it'd be funny if like I haven't seen anybody say that, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Copyright to me and make T-shirts.
Yeah. But gameplay is like limited to like 7 frames a second for some players. I mean, it's a beta, so they might fix it by the time it comes out. But this is Bethesda we're talking about at the same time. I don't know. I'm hoping at the very least it's still gonna be buggy, I'm sure, but I'm hoping at the very least it'll be a fun game to play with friends.
Maybe, this is just they're on the wrong step, but they'll stumble uphill correctly.
Mm-hmm. That's usually what happens with Bethesda.
Yeah.
And if they can't fix it, then the modders will. Yeah. As always.
They should maybe make a Rust tie-in. Maybe just have it be a Rust tie-in. Like it'd be an expansion where they add the idea of special.
Kind of like what they did with that Switch game where they had Star Fox in it.
Yeah. That wouldn't be a bad idea, would it,
I could see that happening. I don't even know if a lot of people even play Rust anymore.
Hey, do you hear about that game that came out recently? Something Scum. It's a prison survival management game. So check now. You play as prisoners, and they want you to actually play dirtbag, scumbag, bad people. Well, if you pre-order and got the Founders Edition, you get 1418 tattoos, Iron Cross skulls, and other Nazi propaganda. And fans are flipping shit in the game where you play as the worst people alive. And here's the thing. Here's what pissed me off from what I heard. They took away the Founders bonus, but they didn't give the money back. Yeah, I wouldn't use white supremacy symbols in the first place, but just make it something else horrible, Like have a tattoo of Todd Howard grimacing at you. Yeah, man, also really kind of fucking pisses me off about games when they try making, God of War. Stabbing minotaurs, fucking bitches, killing more minotaurs, that game. And they make it like, I at the same time, I don't like it, but at the same time, I really like seeing Kratos wake up, rub the sleep out of his eyes, and go, oh yeah, I have a kid again. Kind of makes me wonder what Kratos is like in his party boy years. Bust that keg open. I don't know.
But I kind of wish they would go in the direction, kind of like Percy Jackson, where Kratos has like a dozen or so kids that are wandering the earth.
Do you know what you should do? Make that like a game where he has to hunt down all of his kids because they're evil. Because they took like some from Pandora's box. Oh, yeah. So and if there could be one basin, you go to South America, they call him the Jaguar God. And then, and I don't know. Have Athena the whole time wow, you're killing your kids, aren't you? Isn't that called no? She was fratricide. And, oh no, it's too late to be infanticide. I don't know.
I mean, that's what Zeus tried to do to me.
Oh my God, that'd be the ending. Zeus walks through. Yo, good job killing all of them kids. But yeah, but they're really trying to make games serious.
Yeah. I think I mentioned, in a prior episode, how, I don't like Telltale games because they don't let you, play with the game engine or, physics engine or whatever.
Yeah.
I like that about Half-Life 2. That's the reason that I really got into Half-Life 2 mods back in the day. The total conversion mods, Minerva, Mistake of Pythagoras. We're going into, deep lore territory with the mods.
Are mods canon?
Well, it's funny because in the new Doom, I think I mentioned this before, how they
make all Doom mods canon.
Yeah, there's a data file or a journal entry that implies that.
Can you imagine all those really edgy ones where Doom guy shoots up skulls and shit like that?
Or how about the Russian overkill mod? That's the first thing I think of.
Oh God.
Have you seen gameplay of that?
No, what is that?
It's where they basically give you every single weapon from every first person shooter ever made. They code it into the Doom engine, so you can use the nuke gun from Turok 2 or something.
I know what I'm downloading when I get home. If they made that compatible with Brutal Doom.
I think that's. I don't know, there's some stuff in it that looks like it's from, a Brutal Doom or something that Brutal Doom ripped off or whatever.
They need the developers need to have this love child.
But, there's, a black hole gun, there's a chainsaw rocket launcher, you can falcon punch enemies, you can do the Fist of the North Star, punch flurry thing.
Hey, I have a question. Did you, did you ever look up the guy who did Brutal Doom?
No, I didn't.
He's been outcasted by a lot of the Doom modder community.
Yeah, because he did steal some mods to put into Brutal Doom, I think.
He's also a really horrible person.
Right.
the nicest thing he'll say is like, "Fuck you, I don't like you," but do download my mod. And like, there's been some allegations of him being a white supremacist, but this was before those allegations got common online. Yeah, either way, I do hear that the dude's nuts, but I kind of respect his mod. Do you think you can separate the creator from the creation and stuff like that?
Yeah. Doug Apple is kind of a nut. Doug Apple, yeah. But I like Cat Scratch. I like his graphic novels. Most of them are really good.
Speaking of graphic novels, what's that one about the cat?
That's a Gear.
Not the Gear, not that. It's the Cat Detective. He's like, it's like...
Black Sad.
I want a Black Sad animated movie.
Oh, that would be neat.
You know what? I could kind of see Ron Perlman doing the voice.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd watch the fucking shit out of that. Or maybe even make a Black Sad video game. Make it like this, like a fusion of like the L.A. Noir sign of investigation, but you could have like maybe better shooting.
Mm-hmm. Or I could see it being like a actual point and click adventure game.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Mm-hmm. And you get a little narration background with cigar smoke.
I mean, like a real point and click adventure game, not a Telltale game.
Yeah, like back in the day, like, you know.
And you had to like actually click on everything and like figure out, like actually use your brain.
Ever play that Alice is Dead game?
No, I didn't.
Have you heard of it?
No.
It was on Newgrounds. It's you play as the White Rabbit. Someone shot you in the head. Turned out it was Alice, and it's this noir game with Wonderland that's really good. I remember mainly because there was a song that I heard from it, and years later I heard the song on YouTube and had like a mental breakdown. Where do I know this?
Speaking of video games that use your brain, just the other night I was thinking about Legend of Zelda games.
The old ones?
Yeah, and like I was like comparing them to Breath of the Wild, because Breath of the Wild is a fun game, but it's like...
It's less brainy.
Yeah, well, yeah, and it doesn't have that same and see, that's just like one of the guys I follow on Twitter made this comment that it doesn't have the moments from like Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask. Like you don't when I think of Breath of the Wild, I just think of like jumping up cliffs and like doing stuff through the gameplay rather than through the story. And Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Wind Waker, they all had those like specific beats to the story and like the dungeons. Like I remember I was thinking specifically about the Forest Temple and like the temples in Ocarina of Time and how like those actually made you have to think about like what to manipulate.
You know what I think would be kind of cool, but and maybe use the Breath of the Wild engine and go back to older Zelda titles. That'd be an interesting experiment. Mm-hmm. Majora's Mask is one of the few games that, there's games that I get spooked by, but there's games that haunt me. Nothing haunts me more than Majora's Mask. You have that little pipe song they do, like the boss theme, Majora's theme. Oh, yeah. I have a funny story. I made that my alarm for almost 2 years. But so I was watching some Majora's Mask videos, and I hear it, and I go, oh, wait, I'm not waking up. Mm-hmm. And it was like, it ruined one of my favorite songs. By the way, Majora's Mask is one of my favorite character designs of all time, just all the colors. Did you know that they have this, that they actually kind of revealed what the mask was made from?
No, I didn't.
Remember Skyward Sword? Mm-hmm. Remember that gay sword that you know what I'm talking about, right?
No, no.
Like Giraham?
I didn't play most of Skyward Sword.
There's so you know how Fi's the sword spirit of like the Master Sword? Mm-hmm. Well, there's this evil, ambiguously gay sword spirit that was used by Demise, who was later Ganon. Mm-hmm. And there's this humongous implication that he became the mask. And I really want the mask to come back in a future game. Like, can you imagine if, the mask returns and you hear the ghost of every old Link or kid Link, oh, fuck, I hate this guy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's weird. It's because Majora's Mask... Remember when you go to fight the mask itself, and you basically, and it asks you about friendship, where you belong, how people see. Remember that was really kind of soul searchy for a Zelda game. Mm-hmm. I like that.
Yeah. Kind of makes me think of the beginning of the first Kingdom Hearts game, where you're deciding how you're going to level, and you're talking to kids and what's your greatest fear, getting old or being indecisive, and each of the answers, it's kind of I don't know, vague is not the word, but esoteric. I don't know if that's the right word either. I don't know. It's a big word, so I guess I'm...
That's a vegetaric.
Yeah, whatever. Like, whenever I think of Kingdom Hearts... Like, Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out in January, actually.
Do you think it looks good? Haley Joel Osment.
He's, like, in his mid-30s. He's still playing a 14-year-old.
Have him play Sora as, like, an old Sora from, like, a Time Warp or some shit like that.
Yeah, that would be neat. Like his dad.
Yeah.
Like, we never see his mom either. We only hear her voice once, and that's in the first...
Did you ever see what happened to his dad?
I don't know. Like,
what if, like, he just spawned one day, like, Haley Joel Osment, like, sneezed on cocaine and it became Sora? Like, there's, like, the Osmond family, you know, that's a whole weird story. Cocaine ruined and made that family simultaneously.
Haley Joel Osment has a weird face.
He does.
He's got a small face on, like, his huge head.
I have trouble telling if they photoshopped his head or not sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That uncanny look to it.
You know, that's because when the Elder Gods were creating their puppet avatar, they screwed up. They had, like, the wrong Nyarlathotep to it.
He's an NPC.
Yeah, I actually got called an NPC by somebody.
Oh, really?
And it was in a For Honor fight, and I beat the guy's ass. And he called me the NPC, and I looked at my daily schedule, my weekly schedule, and I, oh, fuck, he's right. So I killed him again.
Huh.
Yeah.
And he must be really bad at video games to be beaten by an NPC.
Yeah. Yeah. Man.
I'm sorry for calling you the N-word.
It's cool, bro. Hey, have you ever played the old Hitman games, like the older ones?
No, I have Blood Money installed. I've been meaning to play that.
On Xbox Live?
On Steam.
Oh, I got that one. Is it on Xbox Live? Have you played it?
No, not yet.
My favorite thing is, like, they have, like, 4 voice actors in the entire game. So you have Hitman, he's walking over, like, I'd like to speak to the Swing King. And the guy like, you cracker, what's your name? Who's the Swing King? And every voice actor has to talk like that. They kind of my favorite character. Like, he's actually, I felt bad for him before I strangled him. And they have a character who is named Scoop, and he calls people dog. Haha. Topical for 2004.
Still topical now, actually.
Kind of.
I mean, with all the Snoop Dogg memes.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Blend W video?
No.
It's where it's by Mountain Dew, who, like, does all these Snoop Dogg remixes.
Mountain Dew. Oh, no, sorry.
Yeah, he did, and he's also done, like, remixes of the Old Spice commercials with Terry Crews. The last one that he did was with Snoop Dogg, and it's, like, a parody of the Blend S meme. Where it's like, smile, sweet, sadistic, sister, surprise. And, like, you know that one? Mm-hmm. And, like, then they throw in an S word that's, like, random. But, like, he actually put a lot of effort into his one. So I'll link it to you later.
Yeah.
Did you see that one that I shared on the Discord, the Oscar video?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I threw it on the ground.
God, like, I need to find Ava Geeks to send that to. Yeah. You send it to the wrong Ava Geek and they'll burst into flames. Idea. A story about people who met on a forum, but they're all immortal deities and they're hunting each other down. It's like a horror. No, just forum members killing each other after the forum collapses. There can only be one shitpost. So basically, that's this. Oh God! Remember back in the day when forums were actually a living thing and they actually existed, and now it's just image boards and Tumblr blogs.
Yeah. Reddit and 8chan or 4chan.
Oh, I want to talk about Reddit. Did I tell you about the coconut story?
Yeah, you did.
You look up?
I didn't look it up yet.
Can I tell you what it is?
Sure.
Guy lived in northern Mozambique, and his mom was in a health nut race. She started buying coconuts because he can use a coconut for everything. He can make it clothing, he can eat it, make syrup, everything. He gets horny and decides that he's going to screw a coconut.
As you do, yeah.
Well, he didn't throw it away. In a couple days, and he kept using it over and over and over and said, I'm going to do it one more time, and flies laid eggs in there and maggots, and he had a maggot almost crawl up his urethra. And he threw the coconut against the wall, blasted it, and it's this horror story. And the thing that I like more about the story are the comments. My favorite one is, I can't say I would have done this, but I've never been seduced by the call of a coconut. And that is something I want to put in the story. And then it led to the story of the cum box. Have you heard of that? Guy jacked off in a stew box every day for almost, 6 years. It grew, this mold and this fungus grew. And he couldn't burn it because it turned out semen doesn't burn. Apparently he still has and keeps using it. Why?
Yeah, that's
and he just tells us, and he mentions the whole story. And it's not fake because he showed pictures.
No.
I really hope his landlord finds it and kills him. Yeah.
I've been meaning to watch the homunculus videos.
The
Russian guy who like injects his semen into eggs. Apparently it's fake. I mean, obviously it's fake, but like it's apparently really well animated.
Oh, it's animated?
Yeah, like it has like I guess
the chicken.
CGI like chicken hybrid human crawling out of the egg or something.
Yeah,
And I haven't seen it yet. So
that would be good for like an SCP thing. You know, making the man who jacks off in chicken eggs.
That reminds me, I was thinking about this before I came here. Was you're familiar with the term man cave?
Yes.
Like, I was thinking about this because of like nobody my age or our generation like has bought or even plans on buying a house, but you have people, the 30-year-old boomers who buy their houses. Huh? Yeah. Uh-huh. So they buy their houses with their wives, and like they make sure to have their own man cave. And I was thinking, like, that's actually a pretty recent term, right? That's just came up at like the dawn of the 2010s, right?
I heard it before, like 2010s, like 2008, 2009.
Right, probably late 2000.
Yeah, late 2000s.
But I think like how it's not like it's a new term, but it's not a new trend. Like before then, it was just called a study.
Or a den.
Or a den. Yeah, exactly, a den.
And if you go back far enough, they called it, I hang mammoth here. Oh!
But like man cave almost sounds juvenile. So I'm wondering if like the disgruntled wives came up with that term. So and then they sort of like inserted that into like they just sort of coerced that phrase into.
I want you to say man cave one more time before we say this.
Sure, man cave.
I heard this video says, why can people say man cave but I can't say boy pussy? And then the guy later said, I totally misunderstood this word. I'm sorry. So my stepdad, his entire family were snobs and fuckfaces equally. And he had his sister who there was, it was kind of like something we're going to be talking about involving a secret lab. And he had this room dedicated to G.I. Joe. Not the classic, the original, back when they could, like, stab them damn gooks kind of G.I. Joes. And apparently he would just go over and drink brandy and stare at them, or slowly fix them. And that's kind of depressing to me, because I can understand completely that, but at the same time, this is the dude who gets really, really angry at people who play video games. Look, you play all them damn games that rotting your brains out. I'm gonna get drunk and stare at G.I. Joe.
Yeah, I wish that people would start saying using the term study instead of man cave, because it makes me think of something that Rick said.
Hey Tony, what do you do in your study? Well, I go in there and I look at hentai all day.
I study it. Okay?
Yeah, what do you do in your man cave? Well, there's an Xbox 360, Xbox One, a Switch. That's the guy talking like that.
It's all for studying purposes. It reminds me of something that Rick said,
Yeah.
Who's a member of our writers group, and when he was trying to write and he was taking care of his family, and his wife would come in and look at him on the computer typing away his story, and she'd be like, "Oh, you're not doing anything. Come and help me with the chores." And that's the reason we have studies, is so that we get somewhere where we can close the door and just focus on what we're doing or not doing.
I have a little story. The room I live with my grandparents. The room I live in does not have a door. There's actually two ways into the room. One's blocked off with my grandfather's stuff.
Your room doesn't have a door?
No, because I live in the same rooms that my grandma's son, my uncle, my mom, and my other uncle lived in. And you don't let these boys alone with a door. You'd find weird shit in the house. So basically, I really need a door. I'm just gonna make my own door. Make it up. Take a hammer to a boulder. Yeah. That's why I come to the library, because if I'm, because I get actual decent internet. Yeah. My internet is so bad, I've learned to play For Honor based on the beginning, middle, and end of an animation. So I can go, oh, he's got the sword up, down from, ah! It's amazing that I can play with lag and I understand what's going on.
Yeah, that takes me back to my Halo 3 days.
Oh, God.
Playing that on Xbox Live.
Halo 3 was an OG of the game.
Oh, it was great, yeah. I mean, Halo 2 was where it really started to take off, and it
was perfection, in my opinion.
Yeah, Halo 2 it was the big leap in terms of online gaming, Because in like Halo 1, that was all LAN based, and that's why it was popular in colleges. Halo 2 is where it became like super like internet, and like Halo 3, yeah, it perfected it from what I understand.
Also, Halo 3 has the Arbiter, and he's my favorite Halo character.
Halo 2 has the Arbiter too.
Yeah, sorry. It's how I remember the Arbiter best was 3.
Right. Yeah.
Because I was always second player.
Well, I remember there was like in the campaign there was like a 4-player co-op where you could play as Halo I almost called him Halo. You play as John Master Chief and the Arbiter, or like 2 Arbiter clones or whatever.
I'd give them this. No, oh my god, who are these guys? They're my sex slaves. Like, I really like how. Remember back in the day when you were second player and you were always the lame, goofy one?
Yeah. And that's why I hated Mario, like the Mario Wii and Mario Wii U. That you could play as Mario, Luigi, or 2 Toads. Like in the who's like the hierarchy of friends, and whoever gets the Toads.
Yeah.
And that's what that's me stealing a quote from Yahtzee.
I'd fucking fight you if you gave me a Toad over Luigi. Luigi's my favorite Mario protagonist. My favorite, well, maybe Wario. I unironically admire Wario.
I wish that there would be like more human characters in Mario.
Yeah.
And not just the super realistic.
No, like more. I call them Mushroom Kingdom humans. There's some weird inbreeding years ago with the Toads that led to them becoming short, squat monstrosities.
Lore.
Yeah, I really been considering doing speculative evolution stuff. I shit you not. There's an animal called a Glyptodon. It was a giant armored armadillo with a spiked tail that is Bowser. Bowser is a Glyptodon, and I've made this a meme in some of my communities.
Well, he's actually supposed to be a Kappa, if I remember correctly.
Yes, but I'm also doing evolutionary sciences and nerding out,
Yeah. I remember Andrew Dickman, a cartoonist, he did like his own interpretation of what other humans in the Mario universe would look like. And they were actually pretty cool. One was Horatio, who was like a muscular Mario brother. Kind of like Wario, but like less fat.
Can you send that to me? I'd like to see.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. And I'll post it in this video that you're currently watching, the viewer.
Yeah. I actually unironically like the Mario characters.
Yeah.
They are kind of deep characters at times. Like Bowser's a struggling single dad who, his entire house is a man cave.
I'm kind of sad that I missed the Mario cartoon when I was growing up.
You know what I'm sad I missed? I can't believe I fucking missed the early Pokemon series.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, okay, question for you. Is Brock black?
Don't ask me that question.
Yeah, because I'll start like a debate anywhere.
Well, he's like East Asian, I think.
Yeah, I agree with that. Dub doesn't help, mind you.
These jelly-filled donuts are delicious.
I really want them to do like a dub of Zappa with like High School of the Dead.
Well, there's like an abridged version of Pokemon.
Like that kind of dub, but do it like a really wait, no, they go, fuck. Like an early Sailor Moon dub of like Evangelion.
I gotta go back and rewatch the early Sailor Moon dub.
I love early anime dubs. I also love when they like directly translate names, so like Jet Fighter Sword Man.
Do you miss English opening songs?
Kind of. There are some good ones.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I unironically like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Theme, though. It's Michael J. Fox trying to rap. I'm going to hell, man. It reminds me of, like, my favorite joke from Ghost Stories, where they go back in time, and the one kid goes, "Holy, pre-Parkinson, Michael J. Fox!" And the rest of the voice actor, because it's all ad-libbed, right? And the rest of the voice actors like started fucking berating him mid-episode because of that. Man, Yu-Gi-Oh! Was actually I kind of like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime because what do you? I'm the high rank tier player who uses like every monster type, but I use them very well. What about you? I only use insects because my name is Weevil Underwood. How about you? My name is Dragoon. How about you? I'm T-Rex.
My favorite bad guy, I guess. I mean, what do you call them? Like bad guys or villains?
Rivals.
Rivals. My favorite one of them is Bandit Keith. I mean, even
The super American dude?
yeah, the guy who wears the American flag on his head.
Yeah, like...
Even not considering the abridged series, I still liked him in the original series.
Like, do you know what my favorite thing is? The guys who only use one type of character in a game, even though that makes them suck.
Mm-hmm. Well, I remember that was the case in the original Pokemon series. The first, Ash's first battle with Brock, he just uses his Pikachu against a fucking Onix. And it's like, even the show acknowledged, I mean, that's the plot point, is that, you don't use an electric type against a rock type, and Ash's solution is to just, hook Pikachu to a water wheel and supercharge him with
No, that's not how anything works.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, Pikachus would realistically electrocute themselves every time they drink water. Because, the electrical cheeks would create a current, probably killing them. So that led me to the theory that Pikachu's, that Pikachu's horn ears are actually proboscises that they impale prey with to drink from liver fluids. Mm-hmm. I have horrible ideas of Pokemon, and I should never be able to design them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, speaking of horrible ideas, you just you read that comic.
Oh my god.
And we're back on Bleed Man.
So basically, my issue with that comic is everything that happened after the point where they show him enter the lab. Mm-hmm. Does it get worse there?
I want to say it depends on, what your definition of worse.
Does it continue this kind of creepy, he's drawing with one hand?
I want to say he dials back as it goes on. I think that this is, the peak in terms of, creepiness, but it still maintains sort of a fluctuating baseline of unease. Now, if you were to read Grim Tales, then it, spikes up and just never goes down.
What did we do to Grim?
Well...
Oh, God.
I don't know if I want to spoil anything.
Okay, I lied when I say Dexter's Lab was, my favorite cartoon. Fuck, it was Grimm's Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Oh, yeah. That was a great show.
I love Grimm. He was one of my favorite... He inspired me to become obsessed with the personification of death. Mm-hmm.
The guy who voiced Grimm also voiced the bomb disposal guy from Metal Gear Solid 2.
What?
Yeah, the black guy who you saved from the pantry.
Oh my god! I'm sorry, I forgot about him. Mm-hmm. Also, I really love that boss. What do you do? I'm a fat guy with bombs. He just roller skates around drinking milkshakes.
Laugh and grow fat. But he drinks wine. No, it's grape juice.
Oh, grape juice. He's still drinking juice on roller skates. And here's the one thing I'll bullshit on. When you shoot him down, with his hands flat on the ground, he dropped a bomb under him. Mm-hmm. How the fuck did he do that? Mm-hmm. Did he hide it in his ass with his prison wallet?
Oh, yeah, probably. Or maybe he's not actually fat. He just, that's just where he stores all of his explosives in.
You shoot him wrong, game over? Oh, yeah. Dude, I wouldn't mind, a Metal Gear game where you play as the bad guy, the set of bosses. Mm-hmm. Play it like a team-based shooter. Mm-hmm. The Cobra Squad versus the Sons of... not the Sons of Patriots. The Dead Cell terrorists. Yeah.
I saw this thumbnail for a YouTube video saying, that's probably one of the most clickbaity headlines I've seen regarding Metal. It says, a new Metal Gear and Kojima is involved, and I'm saying I'm 99% sure that if I click on this, it has nothing to do with that. That that's completely not only is it completely false, but it's probably just one word of speculation. Like Kojima said something about Konami.
What if he said, I just want to come back, and that was it?
Yeah, it's probably exactly that.
Yeah, Kojima. Okay, I really like Kojima. It's weird. I test him, but love him at the same time. He's kind of creepy in that regard.
Yeah. He definitely has a lot of creative liberty over what goes into his games, and often it's to his detriment.
Yeah. But at the same time, he makes the best boss fights, or the best boss ideas. Mm-hmm. Tell me that. He is a metrosexual Transylvanian with knives who cannot die. How about her? Black chick who is bulletproof because they go around her. Mm-hmm. Him. That guy. How about him? Oh, yeah. It's the fucking president with Dr. Octopus arms, and each one has a katana.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, my problem with the Metal Gear games is that it always takes so long to get to that point.
Yeah. Usually if it gets there, it stays there.
And also, like, it's sort of like I want to echo the thing I said about killing is bad. Like that message is kind of in a lot of the Metal Gear games.
But they also they punish you if you kill, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah, you can fucking go Rambo. Mm-hmm. I want a Metal Gear game, like, if they do another one and it's a good one, I want you to make your own, like, spy. And you get your, like, you could even, like, it would be a lot of recording similar lines, but you could pick your code name. Like, you pick from 2 words, like, Iron Dog or Wood Mammoth. Mm-hmm. I really liked how in the Phantom Pain the soldiers were given randomly generated names. Mm-hmm. It was Iron Cockroach was one of my guys. Mm-hmm. I really wanted to make a comic about a guy named Iron Cockroach.
Mm-hmm. Or a Fat Pussy. Wait. Like, that'd be great if there was like one in 1,000 chance that there was like a really weird name that spawned.
His name is Big Dickums. No, fun fact, my great-grandpa's favorite joke of all time was dictum, damn near killed him.
Yeah, I've heard like 100 variations of that.
Apparently he came up with that joke. That's how, I'm kidding, but he's from that age bracket where they all said this at the pub.
He's an OG boomer.
God. I want a game where you play as a boomer.
Oh, yeah, that'd be...
No, like, you get the opening and you see, like, his name's, like, Chad Boscom, and he's, like, the hero, walks out, gets run over by an RV, and you play as that dude. Mm-hmm.
I would have loved to see that Bubsy reboots?
Yeah.
That, I think that they, like, the Twitter's still active on that, and they tweeted out something, I can't remember what it was. It was, like, them saying... Either as they were like talking about Deadpool or something. Yeah. It was like they're saying, I don't care. But I would love to see like a 3D platformer for Bubsy, but it's like Conquer Bad Fur Day.
Yeah, and make it less like shit monster and more like sneak out of your girlfriend's apartment before she finds you, or like your landlord's going to kill you. Mm-hmm. And then, like, as he's escaping the final, like, area, he walks in like he's running from his landlord inside the building, and he looks up and it's a Korean diner. The door's shut behind you.
I remember there was, like, a fan game of Bubsy 2. I think it was the same guys who did the Noid game, the Noid sequel. Mm-hmm. No, I think they were the same people who did the Sonic Dreams collection.
Oh, fuck.
Bubsy 2 was the project that they did before Sonic Dreams.
Oh, God, I'm sorry. Sonic Dreams is,
Yeah, it's really... I mean, it touches on that dark, like, disturbing energy that's prevalent in DeviantArt.
Yeah, you're playing on, oh, God, this is disturbing, but at the same time you hear the... Yeah. Like, there's some porno addict who's watching, oh, yeah.
Yeah, there was at least one person on their dev team that, like, took it at face value.
Yeah, we're going to have a scene where you crawl through Ruth the Bat's vagina.
Uh-huh. This is a dream I had when I was 10 years old. that kind of feel to it.
Oh, God. Chris Chan should be involved in the sequel. I wouldn't mind there being like a locale fighting game where Chris Chan gets like the hyper transformation into
yeah, like a celebrity deathmatch, but for e-celebs.
Yeah.
That would be the worst thing ever, actually.
It would... But at the same time, it would be worst best, but best worst. It would be an equilibrium of so bad it's good, so bad it's bad. Mm-hmm. And the final boss would. I'm sorry, I really want to have Goro be eat that pussy. Mm-hmm. Have you ever heard him like? He's fucking nuts. Ever heard the bra story? No. He broke into the laundry room, stole a bra, stuffed it down his pants, ran from the woman when she was trying to look for her bra, went to his house, blocked the door, and jacked off of it 6 times.
In a row?
Yeah. I mean, I like to imagine when he was that he was always kind of fat. So, like, fat kid, like, stamina.
Yeah, but I'm going to be interested to see your reaction to that Grim Tales comic.
Yeah, I'm reading that. Are we gonna really fuck up my favorite thing?
A few of your favorite things, actually, because there's a bunch of Spawn references in it too.
Oh, God damn you, Bleed Man! I'm sorry. You have to illustrate the face you just made because you did like the Grinch thing.
Yeah, it's like I got my hands full of like Gendo.
Yeah, it's like Gendo Grinch. Oh, Gendo Grinch would be a good name for something.
For what?
I'm not sure. His name's Genda Grinch. He hides under beds and ruins fans.
See, I just pictured the Grinch and Cindy Lou in the pose, like the scene where Gendo and one of the Ray clones.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna have to interrupt you right there.
Yeah, take me to jail.
Take me to jail. Dun 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 dun. I'm sorry. Yeah. Also speaking, so there's this new thing in For Honor that they're shutting down. Apparently, there's a betting ring where they gamble based on what faction wins. And guess why it doesn't fucking work? Vikings win. So, since the game has come out, we're 12 seasons in. Seasons are who fights for territory. Knights have won once because they're obsessed with a volcano called the Volcano. Samurais won twice because the Vikings fell asleep that year. Or that month. And Vikings win because they fucking play to win. You know what fucking sucks? I'm a samurai and I'm just watching this shitstorm. And there are people betting on it like it's a mystery who wins. And speaking of betting... Did you know insect fighting's this real big ring? Yeah, like I fell down this dark hole on YouTube where I watched like the Japanese, they do if the beetle flips the other beetle, then the flip beetle loses. If the beetle gets injured, the one who injured the other one is disqualified along with the owner. Stuff like that, right? But you keep going down these like bug fight videos and you get the documentaries that show the bugs killing each other, because animals. And you get far enough down, you get like, it's like a 420p camcorder. It's shaking like the guy's got Parkinson's. They're all standing around this terrarium smoking. I shit you not, and they're like, he's a bad spider. You better sting him. And just like that.
ASMR.
Yeah, it's like ASMR, but they're all fucking creepy Japanese people. Well, with some English videos, because obviously, it's not like yeah, it's racist. Fuck, I apologize.
You ever seen Underground Beyblade matches?
Oh, is that a real thing?
Yeah, I saw like one video. I'm not sure if it's a thing. I imagine it is.
Yeah.
It's like this. It was like this Brazilian thing.
Oh fuck! Brazil plays for keep.
Yeah, where they have like this like overturned like giant thimble or whatever you call those things.
Yeah.
Like have the wire.
And these oh my god!
And they just like, and then like after like one of them wins, and then they just put down a fat wad on the.
Yeah, that's what they do in the spider fights. Like I saw one guy. I ain't sure how many there are. That's at least $5,000 he slapped down on the tarantula. Mm-hmm. When he lost, he almost fucking flipped the tank full of spiders.
Mm-hmm. I think like 5,000 Brazilian dollars is like 20 cents in American currency.
No, I'm not sure what ethnicity they were because it's all dark and everyone's smoking and the smoke obscures the face. I want to make a book. I might actually fucking write that today, where it's like the illegal bug fighting rings. And my favorite thing though is like how the people talk about the Japanese fucking freak out about the tournaments. There's like this video where they have it and they stream. The guy whipped off his shirt, whipped and everything. Woo, yeah, woo! When the beetle flipped the other over after this like, I have the high ground kind of bug fight. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't mind getting in on this shit. Open up an Ohio branch. Get all like the degenerates in one room. Mm-hmm. Well, we got the Amish, got the stag beetles here. The meth heads got them darkwood beetles. I ain't sure the ones those guys brought in from southern Ohio, but you throw them in the ring.
And PETA kicks down the door and just starts torching the place with the Tesla flamethrowers or flame sprayers.
Yeah. Oh no! It's the extended flame device.
Yeah. Did you know that Elon Musk is a weeb now?
For real?
Like I saw his Twitter, and like he's been making all these like tweets about I'm going to build a Mecca now, and like just him saying I don't know if he said like Ava is the best. He was saying like something he likes a certain anime. I'll have to look it up.
If it's Ava, I've possibly gained respect for him and lost even more. Uh-huh. Can you picture if he actually fucking built an Ava?
I mean, in this day and age, it's possible. Like, did you see like that one match that they had with America versus Japan? When they built those giant robots. They had a match. Do you ever see that?
No, I have to look it up now.
Mm-hmm. Also look up Mario screaming while you're at it.
Okay.
And, like some guy just like. Yeah, with Mario screaming, he made like 3 videos, and each of them is like from a different game. They took like sound clips of Mario screaming and just looped them continuously for like 10 minutes.
You know what my favorite video involved Mario? It's called it's Bad Bad Mario. Mm-hmm. I've been playing that while playing Odyssey. I'm gonna be playing because my favorite part is like I had it in the background And what happened was I reached a point where the gameplay and the audio sort of fit each other. Where Mario was like, "You can't, the Peach, you're fucking finishing it, kidnapped." Hey, can you picture there was a Mario game where they're allowed to swear? I have a question. Do you think Luigi's weird? Do you think he's a weird brother?
Yeah.
Mario walks in, there's a body built on the bed. "Luigi, what the fuck is this?" And Luigi's like, "Oh no, Mario, it came in Amazon Prime when I ordered the thing." "What thing?" And he opens up the closet and he pulls out a cat girl. It's Peach who ate the cat power up and he's got her on a chain. I'm sorry. I just want to picture a Mario where he breaks down emotionally. Wario, like, "Hey Mario, you're a shithead." Mario just beats the fuck out of him. You see Waluigi's trying to run away and Mario takes out the chain, starts beating him with a chain.
Yeah, we should just load some models into Blender and just release it on Newgrounds.
Oh fuck. I'd watch it. And you'd have to da, 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 da. You have a Mario music, but we have to distort it and Mario.
I saw a video. It's one of those Family Guy parodies where Peter gets transported into Fortnite and talks to Donald Trump. It sounds like a fever dream when I say it out loud, actually. But the guy who's voicing over Peter Griffin, he did a perfect impression that so good it was almost scary. It actually sounded like Seth MacFarlane saying, "Holy crap, I'm in Fortnite. Hey Peter, I'm Donald Trump. I need you to go to Tilted Towers and kill crooked Hillary." Anything for you, Donald Trump.
You remember when they had the presidential deathmatch game? Where it's the fighting game we play as presidents?
I'm not familiar with that, no.
May have been something I vaguely remember from Nintendo. No, it was from Tips and Tricks. Remember that magazine? It was Nintendo Power's cheat code cousin.
Huh.
It died out when the internet got really good because you could just Google Hitman cheats.
Yeah, obviously.
Well, they had this fucking game on there that was it was going to be presidential candidates from the last 8 elections. I want them to make a new one if it was made and have Donald Trump and there was a boss.
I remember G4 had a show called Cheat, which was basically just some hosts listing off cheat codes or walkthroughs of the game.
Can you picture how fucking pathetic that must have felt for the guy after internet came out?
Pretty much all the shows on G4, aside from the continuous reruns of Cops and maybe Attack of the Show.
Okay, Cops is a fucking great show.
Yeah, but G4 ran 5-hour marathons of that shit. That and Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Okay, that's all I need to watch. I'm kidding.
But Cheat, one episode in particular sticks out to me was I think it was the walkthrough of Kingdom Hearts 2, and if if you get a certain percentage done with Kingdom Hearts 2, then it gets that secret trailer, the Birth by Sleep, and she's now it's time to show you a secret preview of Kingdom Hearts 3. Little did they know.
Dun dun dun. Hey, I have a question. Do you think Sephiroth is the fucking worst villain ever?
In Kingdom Hearts, yes. I haven't played Final Fantasy VII, so I can't really judge.
I was thinking about this because I have a couple friends that I made on Tumblr because I was fucking reposting memes and
in the wrong neighborhood. Yes.
Yeah, no more what's that? Oh man, look at that! That guy has good taste in paleontology. They thought I was writing or some fucking shit like that. Either way, we ended up talking. She fucking thinks Sephiroth is the greatest villain. I looked into her. Sephiroth is basically the other villains in the game but deified or some fucking shit like that. I don't like it when they make a villain who isn't you don't sympathize with them because of their goals. You sympathize with them because they're attractive. That kind of villain.
Oh, yeah.
And also, Sephiroth is so edgy. He's literally almost as edgy as Shadow the Hedgehog. I say almost, but that's still an incredible feat.
Again, he's, from what I understand, him and Cloud are both practically caricatures of what they're supposed to be in Final Fantasy VII, to my knowledge.
Yeah.
Because again, I haven't played Final Fantasy VII.
Oh wait, Cloud's in Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that. I forget that they're in fucking Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, basically everything post Final Fantasy VI, any character you can name is probably in Kingdom Hearts.
Is Kefka in there?
No.
Can you picture?
The only character from Final Fantasy VI is Setzer.
Oh yeah, I forgot he's from 6. Because Kafka, whatever the fuck he's called, I like him.
Yeah, because Nomura only designed Setzer for Final Fantasy VI, and because Nomura is that's the Kingdom Hearts is his brainchild, then anything like it's only the characters that he designed are going to be in Kingdom Hearts.
Hey, random thing, there's a game I really hope comes to America. It's called Shadow of the City. It's basically Smash Brothers but kaiju, except you don't play as the kaiju, you survive them. And they actually did something. They had the fucking Evangelion fight Godzilla. And then they teamed up against King Ghidorah. That's fucking awesome. I'm sorry, it's like you see the trailer and you see Godzilla, then Gamera, Ultraman, every fucking thing. They don't even explain if it was a pilot. Can you picture Shinji Ikari? Gendo, why are we shooting the civilians? Oh, and it just cuts to him with Cindy Lee or whatever the fuck.
Have you seen the trailer? It was the audio from the Iron Man trailer, but they recut scenes from Ava in the rebuild to make it look like it's about Gendo becoming like
Iron Man. Yeah. That fucking work actually. I wouldn't mind seeing like Iron Man is Gendo Ikari.
The part where he says, let's face it, this isn't the worst thing you've caught me doing. It cuts to him and Ray.
Oh god.
It's like, what is the worst thing they caught him doing? Those are one of the comments.
Yeah, oh man, like Gendo, there's this chain of every character he's had sexual relations with. It's up to like 9 characters that have been proved in the original series. Now think of the ones that I'm sorry, I still get kind of caught up in the fandom when there's big waves. You know what I think about? They couldn't make Ava nowadays. Ava couldn't have been made the original style. Because, it was really mature, but it also didn't cater to the, gays on ice.
I mean, yeah, the rebuilds have proven that.
Yeah, rebuilds it's not even the same fucking thing. It's like
I still haven't gotten around to seeing the rebuilds, so I can't really judge for myself yet.
That thing, I'm not sure how to feel. Should a remake be the same story?
No.
Cool. Should a remake deviate from the themes of the original in a wild way?
I think to a degree it should have some form of liberty to it.
Yeah, but to the point that, I'm still hung up.
And didn't we discuss this in depth on the Ava episode? Yeah. That was episode 3. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
that's far ago. But if anything needs a reboot, it's what's desperately in need of a reboot is Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
It's just so messy and I hated how even as a kid playing Kingdom Hearts 2 for the first time, I noticed it was substantially worse than Kingdom Hearts 1. I mean, the better gameplay, but the story was just so
everywhere.
Yeah, all over the place. It was pretty clear that they didn't know what the hell they were doing.
Yeah, it's like Disney iconography gangbang.
That's why I was kind of hoping that Disney would have more authority over where Kingdom Hearts 3 is in the script.
I think the
if Disney if I was okay with Disney putting their boots down on the throat of anything, it would be
Kingdom
Hearts. Yeah.
You know what I think their issue is? I'm weird here. They shouldn't have used the non-cartoon characters. It's weird. I don't like how they did the the Renaissance worlds, but I really what I'm talking about. It's weird. Also,
I don't know. My big issue, one of the big issues I had was when Kingdom Hearts 2 is with the interactions between the realistic characters, and then you have fucking Donald and Goofy. The fact that they don't even acknowledge the fact that they're toons or they look anthropomorphic.
I just love the toons you're using the same language as using yeah.
Well, that's the reason that I couldn't take the scene where Goofy died seriously at all. It's he's fucking Goofy.
Still dead?
No.
Can you picture they fucking killed him off
that would have been great.
Yeah.
I would have been that would have been I mean, it would have been stupid, but it would have been something. It would have had a point to it.
Yeah, what I would have done if say they somehow put me in charge of Kingdom Hearts because I fucked up on the karma scale in a past life. I'd have Goofy, you'd have the villain come in near the end, and I'm not sure what the villain was because I don't remember Kingdom Hearts that well, and he kills Goofy. Crystallizes and shatters him. He's dead. And he looks and says, "This isn't a cartoon, kid." and have characters actually fucking stay. I really kind of hate that when a character dies and they don't stay dead.
Yeah, that's basically Kingdom Hearts in a nutshell. Nobody's dead. Everybody's Sora. Everybody's not Sora's Ansem.
You know what they should have fucking did? They should have fucking had a... They should have a villain like who comes back every episode. I had this idea for like a game where there'd be a mini boss with the same character in every level, but every time you kill him, he comes back even more. What the fuck's wrong with you? My name is Rasputendo, and he's an angry Russian with minigun arms. Hey, do you remember when games could make characters of countries?
Yeah.
Picture they fucking made Dalsum from Street Fighter nowadays.
Well, I remember there was, like, back in the day, I tried getting a review series off the ground. It was where I reviewed Fanfiction. The first thing I reviewed was a Hetalia fanfiction. To this day, it's the most viewed video on my channel, and I am completely ashamed of that.
You know what I wouldn't mind doing? Fucking reviewing fanfiction once in a while. Like, fuck, I do that as, like, thing on the show, like, once in a while.
I remember I was giving it a lot of leeway, too. So, like,
yeah, no, you review it like you're an editor, like a publisher.
Oh, yeah.
Like someone like, so what's this? It's called Edward from Full Metal Alchemist gets fucked by Shadow the Hedgehog. Well, the prose is okay, but I really don't think Shadow would take it up the ass like that.
Or just go Chuck Sambucino on his ass.
Oh, yeah. I don't like it!
A name drop that only 2 people watching will know what we're talking about.
Okay, let's be honest. Half the person knowing understands. I'm sorry, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay. You go Gordon Ramsay on their ass.
I actually had like an idea of like if I were given the reins to like do a reboot of Kingdom Hearts, the series, like I would probably leave the first Kingdom Hearts relatively intact. We're talking specifically the story. Gameplay, I don't know. Like it would probably be. I like the gameplay of the games, but the story is just where it falls apart. The first one is good. It's a good like coming of age adventure story. It has a good beginning, a middle, and end. The rules are set up cohesively. And the only issue I have is that they don't carry that, like, they don't keep that consistency throughout the rest of it. They just keep adding all these characters and, like, plot lines and threads that make it seem complex, but they don't really have any idea how it's all going to be resolved, I don't think.
Yeah.
So, like, Kingdom Hearts 2 would probably be, like, I like the idea of Roxas. You have, like, because, like, Sora gets turned into a Heartless at one point in the first game. So, like his nobody, of course, would be like that would be an interesting idea, is that like have that be the major plot of the series of like the second game. I'm kind of going into a trance because I'm like totally nerding out.
I'm watching you here.
I was really into Kingdom Hearts as a kid. Like you can tell.
I had an idea for something I would do for a story. Like I had this idea for, like, in this universe that if you do something to attract this dark dimension or whatever, they have a monster appear to you, and your monster is what you really are. It's you boiled down. And that's probably the worst thing you can ever see, because it can have your good, but it'll have your evil, and you'll recognize everything in that monster. And basically, its whole purpose is to drive you until you reach the breaking point and become the monster that you really are. Is that basically the nobodies?
Well, the nobodies are like, when your heart gets turned into a heartless, then the nobody is what's left over. And,
hey, have you ever played that Ni no Kuni game?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, I kind of like the game because, like, you get these kiddie graphics and these kiddie characters. Oh, that's cute. Then you, like, watch it. It's a fucking... It's like this god monster, like, Lovecraftian shit. I like that.
Isn't the second one, like, isn't the main character, like, the President of the United States or something?
There's a second one?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I didn't know that.
Yeah, there is.
Like, games have been coming out so quickly, I'll blink and I'll miss a game that sounds interesting.
I heard Dragon Quest XI is really good. That just came out, too.
Oh, man.
I mean, it's good from people who like Japanese RPGs.
My favorite Dragon Quest game was the one, I don't remember which one it was. No, it's the Cursed King one. You had the guy who's a toad, and you have the Cockney dude, who's, governor, who only speaks in governor speak. And then you get, like, the chick with tits.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And then you get the guy who's a gambler and a crusader and sucks everything.
So I was laughing because, like, every time I hear Hello, Govna, I always think of that episode of Regular Show where it's like they watch the scary movie about the ghost car.
Oh.
And whenever, like, right before it kills somebody, it goes, Hello, Govna. Because I guess it's a British car. And then, like, Rigby, like, keeps seeing the car outside his window or something.
I needed to watch Regular Show.
It's good. It's good. I appreciate it more as an adult than I was when I was a teenager, or I think I was like 19 when it first started airing. I just didn't really appreciate it that much. But now that I'm in my 20s, I can completely relate.
Have you ever heard of the Gritzico?
Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's if you've ever had a crappy job, then yeah, you'll obviously relate to it.
I keep seeing it around online, and I have this rule: the more I see, the more interested I am to watch it, unless they keep hyping it up. Mm-hmm. I hate hype men. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's not a show I would recommend to everybody. If you like stuff like the Dilbert animated series.
Okay, watching it.
Yeah, or it's kind of like The Office, but with like mixed with Hello Kitty.
Did you like the Dilbert animated series?
The what?
The Dilbert animated series?
I have fond memories of it. It's been a long time since I've seen an episode of it.
Same. But I had this, like, I measured the fever dream where they had an episode where they had Preg.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, and, like, because I went on DeviantArt when I was a kid. I didn't get wrapped up in that shit, thankfully. But, like, I was surrounded by it. I was, like, the tiny little old lady carrying the lantern when you see the monster. Hey, you know what I'd like to see in a horror movie? Like, the new Halloween movie. Have you heard anything about it?
I heard it's good.
I heard the same thing. I heard, like, one person didn't like it.
Mm-hmm. Red Letter Media gave it a recommendation. They had Macaulay Culkin in their episode.
What?
Yep. Apparently, because Macaulay Culkin, he appeared as a cameo, I guess when Max Landis was on their show, and when he flew back to California, because I guess he's friends with Macaulay Culkin. They had him record a stinger for one of the, best of the worst episodes. And I guess they were talking to Macaulay Culkin and flew him over to Wisconsin to and I guess he's going to be in the best of the worst episode too.
Okay.
And it's funny because when the episode starts, it's Mike just sitting in front of the VCR and Macaulay Culkin's next to him, but I didn't even recognize him at first. Yeah, because the only pictures I've seen of him as an adult were him with this homeless beard. And he was completely clean shaven, so I'm like, who the hell is this? Is this some guy they know from Mike's bar or something?
Yeah, childhood actors got fucked in those days.
Mm-hmm. He actually looks pretty good without the beard.
Some people need a beard. Without a beard, I look like a fucking freak of nature that they grew in a lab. Hey, I would talk about Secret Lab again, the Secret Lab thing from Bleed Man.
Yeah.
The way he fucking draws Dee Dee is fucking inhuman. Mm-hmm. His normal characters look like Chernobyl freaks at times, but that's his style, I'll give him that. But you get, there's a part where she's hugging him, but her hands it's supposed to be her hands bending down, but it's halfway through her forearm bends, but her hand still has that bend to it. And it looks like when she'd walk, she'd have to walk like a horse.
Mm-hmm. Well, that and the way he draws feet. Or he drew feet that way for a while, and it was not until the late 2000s where he started improving. But they have just foot fetish feet.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't realize it when I first read it, but I think that might have been the case.
Yeah, fuck. You know what you can tell what part of a body somebody fetishizes by how they draw it, mm-hmm. and they also ruin your appreciation for that part of a body. Mm-hmm. You don't really appreciate feet, but you kind of take it for granted,
I mean, they're feet are I've never seen feet as attractive.
No.
They're made to be the thing that you walk on.
Yeah.
They're made to be sturdy, kind of thumb. I think of thumbs as being it's a thing that's made to accomplish a task.
Yeah.
And, it's not meant to look pretty.
Yeah. It's a fucking defense mechanism. Mm-hmm. You walk, run, kick, stomp. Yeah, it's... Oh, God. Yeah, so why I was thinking about that, because one of my friends is creepy, and I'm pretty sure if nobody talked to him long enough, he'd kill himself. He's that kind of creepy dude. But, he's creepy enough that I actually feel bad for him. He's part of his community. Mm-hmm. They're furries, but apparently these are furries that got kicked off DeviantArt, kind of. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, and he's shown me art in like chats, and I'm like, what the burn? Be gone. You know what I mean though? It's like, oh god, some people are creepy. Mm-hmm. Wow. Sorry, I was just doing a test. I could actually see the voicing jump. That was kind of cool.
Oh yeah. And mine's almost out of battery.
Yeah. I think we'll wrap it up here.
I think we can. Yeah.
Do you know what you should do? You should do fan art of Dee Dee, but like as a horrifying monstrosity, like Bleed Man doing his old anatomy.
Oh yeah, that would be fun to like try and draw a character in his old style.
Oh, dude, you should do your webcomic characters like that.
Yeah, just as like a secret gag or whatever.
Yeah.
But like Yesterday Kids Volume 1 coming soon, probably in the next year. I actually gotta get a website up before I start printing business cards. Yeah. I got this whole plan figured out.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of that, I was gonna mention here, I'm considering a graphic novel.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm considering I'll be writing for it in script, and I really hope I don't have to draw it, man. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, now that we have that shilling out of the way, I've been Tony.
I've been Zach.
And this has been the Monkey Bar.